Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aman Shrivastava. I am the co-founder of Project Mudra and an aspiring social innovator. Let me start with a story. I happened to be in a school for the visually impaired people 1.5 years back, January, in Devnar School for the Blind in Hyderabad. It's one of the biggest English medium schools in India. And in a random conversation with a 10th class student, I asked him what he wants to become when he grows up, and he said, "I want to become a mechanical engineer," and that's what threw me off. That's what motivates us today. The kind of technological intervention required for someone to achieve their ambition is available for sighted students. For visually impaired people, that's not really the case, and that's where we come in. That's where we discovered this global problem of low literacy rates among visually impaired people, and we, after further research, we came to know that. So we came to know that in India, the literacy rate is less than 1%. In US, it's 10% among visually impaired people, braille literacy rate, and in the UK, it's 4%. And this directly correlates to the employment rates of the visually impaired. Next. So we identified this problem that a teacher needs 1 year to sit with one student to teach them how to read, write and type. And there is no access to interactive educational content, just like sighted people have so access to like Coursera and Khan Academy and so many other things, but because of the very simple thing that they have to have tactile access to content, it's a hindrance. Next slide please. Yeah, so that's where our solution comes in. Our solution is Annie, which is a ed tech for visually impaired people. This device can teach you how to read, write and type using audio-based lessons. You can build intelligence to it, that it can save user data, and teachers can monitor each and every student. It can increase teacher productivity from 1 to n, that one teacher can now check out what different students are doing. Go ahead. We have a simple business model. It's the Kindle business model. Sell the product and pay as you go for the content. We have already in talks with the UK government for a pilot there. We've explored the UK market properly, and India we are totally led with our. We are leading with CSR partners, like an impact-centric strategy. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. So there are a lot of braille-based resources in the world, but all of them assume the literacy of braille, while the truth is that only 10%, that's the rate in US. So that's where we come in, and this is one of the first efforts that a device, that kind of intelligence is being built into the device that can teach the visually impaired people and provide them all of the other functions that have been provided. Like, so Perkins, the smart beetle is actually a typewriter or a note taker. You can do that as well. So that's what we're trying to build. Next please. Next. So recently we're running a small pilot of 10 devices in the National Association for the Blind School in Goa, and that came through. So Alliance Club in Goa actually funded that particular pilot. And go ahead. Yeah. So that's what they had to say about our device. And usually we are onboarding our CSR partners in the way that you can try out with a 10 device pilot, and then we can talk about a 10 device pilot usually can impact 50 students, and then once you see the improvement in the literacy, you can deploy larger numbers. Can you go back 4 slides? So essentially we have built this product, designed it from the ground up with in conjunction with National Association for the Blind and all the major rehabilitation centers for the blind, and this is the 3rd iteration, and we are pre-production right now. So currently for the investors, we're raising 1.3 crores. We have hard commitment from Mr. Anand Mahindra, and we're going to use it majorly to set up our manufacturing and to hire a good team. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about, that once the 50 students show improvement, we go ahead to deploy larger things. Now this device can essentially do, it's a fully fledged computer. It's based on a Raspberry Pi currently, and you can install any amount of audio based content. You can build small games into it, which the usually impaired child can experience and learn better. Next. So recently, the Duke and Duchess had come to India and they tried out our device, and they learned how to, write George, which is their child's name. And as you can see, there's a screen behind, and that is actually the teacher interface. It tells the teacher what the child is doing in real time, and so they are currently typing G. It shows G, what G it is, and whether you're doing it right or wrong. You can't see the entire thing. So this kind of data can be given out as a visualization for the teachers and the parents. We recently got an award from Mr. Amitabh Kant for the best social innovation at Intech 50. It's a iSpirit conference. Next. We have a pretty good team. There's Dilip, he's handling the tech. Sanskriti is handling execution right now. And Dilip was the president of Nirman, which is a global, a country-wide NGO. Saif actually heads mechanical design, and Sanskriti and I take care of opportunities, essentially, in execution. That's about it.
Thank you. Mrs. Raiguru, I think you've been distributing computers across the country worth more than 7.8 crores.
That was our old mode.
Yeah, but do you think that you could
okay, but we have already spoken with him, so and he is also a customer of our Incube branch, Bangalore.
Okay, brilliant.
But we will.
Yeah.
And Mr. Agarwal, I mean, you work with scalable enterprises, and do you think this is something that you could come into?
Yeah, so we'll have to see what sort of scale this can get to. So obviously the impact piece is out here, but the scalability issue is something that we'll have to look at.
Would you like to help in kind of studying his?
I was just sharing the same thing. We did explore a couple of, so somebody did a braille phone itself, mobile phone. There are two more companies that we looked at. Two issues actually. One is the scalability which Anurag spoke about, and second issue is most of the time it will be, the model will be CSR dependent, because most of the time the underprivileged students cannot buy this sort of products. So
Can I answer that? Is that like a question?
Yeah.
Okay, so essentially we recently canvassed out the UK based market. That's what we realized. We've been pitching for a while, it's been 2 months. This scalability issue is something which comes up very often. So the UK based market, so we are moving from teaching Braille to people who use Braille. And now people who use Braille are plenty. There are corporates, there are governments, there are so many things. So in the UK especially, so there are things like, there'll be a traffic signal and there'll be Braille on that. Although it's kind of insignificant how the visually impaired people find that, but essentially there are like in public places, in government buildings, all these places, there is already things that we, another big good example is the pharmaceutical industry. So in the EU, there's a regulation that Braille has to be on each and every pharmaceutical wrapper. So we have ironed out a couple of these things, noted them down, and we're working on another attachment for this, which kind of we want to move to a node, an information source essentially. So once this is our literacy effort, literacy and employment effort. Once we perfect that model, it's gonna be like an intelligent, let's say, source of information for visually impaired people. So, like let's say you're traveling in a bus, and you and I, or let's say the Mumbai locals, they usually have the announcements coming in, right? And sometimes, like in bus stations and all, there are no announcements. There is like a list that's written. Okay, these are the buses. That's the timings. But visually impaired people can't read that. And even if they were present in Braille, they won't be able to read that either, because 9 out of 10 are not going to be able to. So that's where we come in, enabling accessibility. And if you do know Braille, there's going to be that device which tells you. So we are exploring all sectors to get into. This essentially hedge the scalability risk.
Mr. Kapadia, would you like to work with the service scalability?
It's too small at this point in time, but I made a note.
Okay.
I'll look to
Keep
watch.
in touch.
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely interesting.
Yeah, we could probably sort of look at it from our angel network. It might be more relevant at this stage for that.
Yeah.
So,
I'll connect you to our
Definitely.
angel teams. Maybe that.
I mean, we do have education in our portfolio, but they're all doing different things. I can't even think of a direct connection
Yeah.
for any of our education portfolio.
What stage do you usually come in? Like after?
Once you show some sustainable business, once
Okay.
there is some, because
Some
to scale up
execution.
you need to have some kind of
Execution.
proof of concept shown. There should be some. It cannot be more. It cannot be some 1,000 people that you ratify. It has to be much more.
Okay.
So if I were to draw a parallel to a banking setup, it will not be the startup. Still, it will be probably at the beginning of the SME.
Okay.
It's the beginning of the SME. So somebody would say, in the business world, somebody with a 50 lakh kind of a portfolio, it will be much lesser here, obviously. Like
Okay.
somebody who's done some proof who doesn't have to worry about the next salary. Because you can't scale up when you're not figuring out
Yeah.
what's going to happen on 20th of the month.
Sure.
But Charlie, would you be interested?
Yeah, I'll be more than happy.
Yay! That's a yes then. Okay, great.
But we'll be in touch.
Yeah.
You know, we will share some.
Wonderful.
I was actually checking through your details over the net. I found a few other computers.
Yeah.
in that list. So what is your USP?
What computers did you find?
In terms of products. I've got few, I think 5 or 6 companies who are into the same similar kind of line, similar kind of product.
Maybe they're in similar kind of space.
Yep.
So I would just like to know which thing are you talking about? So there are different things. People teach how to read, people teach how to write. So this is an all-in-one solution which is very scalable in terms of you can deploy content on it. You can also use it to learn typing, data entry
I'll
later.
take it offline.
Yeah.
What does that device cost?
This is currently pretty expensive because it's being 3D printed and everything. But this is costing 35k building. But we can get the costs down as we hit scale.
With whoever we kind of get excited with, is there going to be a connecting email?
Yes, please.
I'll connect.
So can Harsha ensure that happens? Because we may not have cards to deliver
Yeah,
to each
yeah.
other.
Of course, they're going to all be chasing. Okay, now the next one is Architect. Thank you. Come on.